Welcome back to Charlie Talks Global, where today we're diving into the vibrant cultures that make our world so fascinating.
Hey there, global explorers. Welcome to Charlie Talks Global, the podcast where English meets storytelling, humor meets hustle. Today's story is all about this Chinese town speaks ancient Greek. Charlie adjusted his hiking boots and squinted at the GPS on his phone. According to the device, he was exactly where he needed to be, but something was definitely off. The small mountain town in Yunnan province looked perfectly normal: traditional Chinese architecture, red lanterns swaying in the breeze, elderly locals playing xiangqi under the shade of ancient trees. "Excuse me," Charlie approached a fruit vendor, attempting his best Mandarin. "Could you tell me where I can find the local museum?" The elderly woman looked up from her oranges, smiled warmly, and replied, "Tau iota theta lambda epsilon iota, xi nu epsilon, delta epsilon nu kappa alpha tau alpha lambda alpha beta alpha nu omega tau eta nu gamma lambda sigma sigma alpha sigma omicron upsilon." Charlie blinked. Then blinked again. Had this Chinese grandmother just responded in what sounded suspiciously like ancient Greek? "I'm sorry, what?" he stammered. "Ah." The woman's face lit up with recognition. "Alpha gamma gamma lambda iota kappa." "English." She switched seamlessly to accented but clear English. "You are looking for museum, yes? But first, you try my oranges. Very good oranges. Grown with ancient wisdom of Aristotle." Charlie's jaw nearly hit the cobblestones. Aristotle? The Greek philosopher? But we're in China. "Of course we are in China," the woman laughed, as if Charlie had just stated that the sky was blue. "We are Chinese people who speak epsilon lambda lambda eta nu iota kappa, Greek language. Very normal thing. You want orange or not?" Before Charlie could process this cultural bombshell, a group of children ran past, shouting what sounded like a mixture of playground Greek and Mandarin: "Pi alpha zeta omicron upsilon mu epsilon pi omicron delta sigma phi alpha iota rho omicron. Let's play football." A middle-aged man selling steamed buns called out to the kids, "Pi rho omicron sigma chi epsilon tau epsilon. Be careful. Don't run into the we." He nodded apologetically at Charlie. "Sorry, they are excited. School just finished, and teacher told them about Pythagoras' theorem today." Charlie felt like he'd stumbled into the world's most confusing cultural exchange program. "Sir, can you explain how this town came to speak ancient Greek?" The man set down his bamboo steamer and gestured for Charlie to sit on a small plastic stool. "Ah, you want to know our story? Very interesting story. Sit, sit. I tell you while you eat. These buns made with recipe from my great-great-grandmother, she learned from traveling philosopher." Between bites of surprisingly delicious pork buns, Charlie listened to the most bizarre historical tale he'd ever heard. Long time ago, maybe 150 years, there was Greek scholar. His name was Konstantinos, very hard to say in Chinese, so we call him Teacher Kong. He was running away from troubles in his country, came to China to hide. "Hide?" Charlie asked, sauce dripping down his chin. "Yes, hide. He had some problems with Ottoman Empire, maybe stole some important books about philosophy. Who knows? Old stories get mixed up. Anyway, he came to our mountain town because very remote, very safe." The man paused to serve another customer, engaging in rapid ancient Greek mixed with local Chinese dialect. Charlie caught fragments: "Delta omicron pi rho kappa alpha mu pi omicron, 2 pork bao." "How much money?" Teacher Kong was very smart man, the vendor continued. "He teach our people Greek language because he was lonely, wanted someone to talk to about Plato and Socrates. But our people, we are practical. We learn Greek, but we mix with Chinese wisdom. Better combination." A teenager approached, speaking in fluent ancient Greek: "Pi alpha pi pi omicron, theta lambda omega delta omicron mu pi omicron, pi alpha rho alpha kappa alpha lambda. Grandfather, I want 2 bao, please." The old man replied, "Phi upsilon sigma iota kappa, alpha gamma alpha pi eta tau epsilon gamma gamma omicron nu. But remember, respect your elders, as Confucius teaches us. Charlie's head was spinning. So you've been speaking Greek for 5 generations? More or less. We adapt, you know? Ancient Greek is good for philosophy, Chinese is good for business, English is good for tourists like you. Very practical town, we are. Just then, a woman in traditional Chinese dress walked by, loudly discussing something that sounded like Socratic dialogue: alpha lambda tau iota epsilon nu alpha iota eta alpha lambda theta epsilon iota alpha. What is truth? Maybe truth is like good dumpling recipe, everyone has different way, but results should make people happy. A young man on a motorcycle shouted back, eta alpha lambda theta epsilon iota alpha epsilon nu alpha iota alpha pi lambda. Truth is simple. Best dumpling is mama's dumpling. Charlie realized he was witnessing the world's most unlikely philosophical debate conducted in 3 languages simultaneously. This is incredible, he muttered, pulling out his camera. Can I interview some people for my YouTube channel? Of course, the bun seller beamed. We love to share our culture. Very unique, yes? But first, you must try Mrs. Wang's tofu. She makes it while reciting Homer's Odyssey. Says it makes tofu more tender. Homer? The ancient Greek poet? Yes, yes. Though she only knows first 3 books. After that, she switches to Tang Dynasty poetry. Also good for tofu. As Charlie wandered through the town with his camera, he discovered that every shopkeeper, every farmer, every child had their own unique blend of Greek philosophy and Chinese practicality. The barber discussed the golden ratio while cutting hair. Pythagoras knew good proportions, but Chinese face need different angle. The tea house owner served Socratic tea. You had to answer 3 philosophical questions before getting your order, but they were all about whether you preferred jasmine or oolong. The local school even had a statue of Confucius and Aristotle shaking hands, with an inscription in 3 scripts: Greek, Chinese, and English. Wisdom has no borders, but good dumplings are universal. By evening, Charlie had enough footage for 10 episodes, a splitting headache from trying to follow trilingual conversations, and a profound appreciation for cultural adaptation. As he prepared to leave the next morning, the fruit vendor who'd first greeted him pressed a bag of oranges into his hands. Cap alpha lambda tau alpha xi delta iota. Safe travels, she said warmly. You tell people about our town, yes? We are Chinese, we are Greek, we are human. Same but different. But how is this even possible? Charlie asked one final time. How do you maintain ancient Greek for 5 generations? The old woman winked. Easy. Greek language very good for arguing. Chinese people also very good for arguing. Perfect match. Plus, Aristotle never had to deal with Chinese mothers-in-law. We improve his philosophy. As Charlie's bus pulled away from the most wonderfully weird town he'd ever visited, he could hear the locals calling out, Alpha Nu Tau Omicron. Come back soon. Next time we teach you to make philosophical noodles. He shook his head, grinning. Some stories were so bizarre they had to be true. Or at least, true enough for Charlie Talks Global. And don't forget to subscribe, share with a friend. Catch you next time on Charlie Talks Global for more cultural deep dives that'll make you see the world differently.